Confused, afraid, and unsure of yourself? Do you have problems with relationships? Are you searching for romance? Call the Psychic Hotline at 1-900-535-LIVE and talk one-on-one with an authentic psychic astrologer. The Psychic Hotline is not a computer, not a tape. You'll get good advice about love and relationships, romance, even money in your career. The answers you need are just a phone call away at 1-900-535-LIVE. Call now and receive your personal astrological forecast for the coming year on audio cassette. The charge is $2.95 per minute and you must be 18.
I'm April with Leather and Lace Exotic Adult Nightclubs. Adult entertainment with a personal touch. And every Thursday is Amateur Night at 2101 South Boulevard. Leather and Lace. Come and see what you're missing.
Hi, I'm Dr. Gandy, a chiropractor. Today, I'm going to show you how to use a stimulator. For you to be watching me means you've purchased the stimulator, and I want to congratulate you on making probably the purchase of your life, because the stimulator really helps many problems. Many people in pain with different symptoms have really discussed how well the stimulator works with them. Today, I'm going to show you how to use a stimulator. Who needs a stimulator? Basically, anyone can use a stimulator because it's safe and effective. My grandmother is 96 years old, and she uses a stimulator every day. She's got leg cramps and feet problems, and she uses it just to help her get through the day. Also, I have an 8-year-old son that I use the stimulator on myself at home for certain problems, and a 5-year-old daughter that I've used the stimulator on also for certain problems. So there is no age limit to the stimulator. Many times a person will come into my office and they'll say, Dr. Gandy, I'm getting old, trying to relate their age with their health and pain problems. And my belief is we're getting older, not old. Just because we're aging does not mean we have to hurt. And today we're going to show you how you can get relief. Now, who should stay away from using the stimulator? Or under what circumstances should you maybe not use the stimulator? I don't think you should use the stimulator over a pacemaker because it's an electrical apparatus and the stimulator shoots out an electrical spark. I think you should stay away from the abdomen of a pregnant woman. I think also if you're on oxygen, you should unplug or turn the oxygen off before using the stimulator. Don't use the stimulator over a flammable liquid because, again, of the spark that it transmits. So there are certain things that you should stay away from using the stimulator for, yet the stimulator has proven very effective and safe for everyone. When should you use the stimulator? Basically, when you feel the coming of pain or tension or excitability, anytime where you just don't feel right, you can use a stimulator. Oftentimes it's good to get a problem before it actually gets going or started, but there is no best time to use a stimulator. You can use it whenever you want to. That's what's so great about it. Where can you use a stimulator? Personally, I've used a stimulator while in a theater. I've used it in a restaurant while dining. There is such a good marketability with the stimulator that you can use it anywhere you want to. No one's going to look at you and why you're using it or what it is, because the stimulator is very effective wherever you are at the time. Is the stimulator 100% effective on everything? No. What is? Nothing that I'm aware of is effective all the time. Yet I'm sure that as you use the stimulator, and as I show you today how to use the stimulator more effectively, you're going to find that you're going to be able to get relief most of the time. And if you've bought the stimulator for one specific need and you don't get 100% use of the stimulator, I know that for something else down the road, you're going to find the stimulator good for that. Or you're going to have a relative that can use a stimulator, or a friend or a neighbor. You're going to see that pretty soon this is going to be your best friend. You're going to carry it with you all the time, and oftentimes people will say or call you Doc. They'll say, hey Doc, come over here and use that stimulator thing, that little popper thing on my shoulder. Come on over here, Doc, and use it on me. And you're going to be very happy with this purchase. What we're going to do right now is I'm going to show you how to effectively use the stimulator on yourself and also on someone else.
The relief it gives me is worth more than any amount of money that somebody could give me for that.
It's always, every time I use it, it helps me. Every single time I've used it.
I'd like to share a story with you, a personal story about the stimulator and myself. Chiropractic is a very physical job. I use my hands continually all day long, and I see patients from 8 in the morning until 7 o'clock at night. So you can see that I'm constantly in motion and use, and my hands receive a lot of physical abuse. To the point, I actually thought I was going to have to give up chiropractic because of severe pain I was having in the knuckle. 100% of the time, my knuckle hurt, all the time, and especially as the day progressed, I had more and more pain. I started using the stimulator on myself, as you can do with yourself. At first, I really didn't see improvement. It felt a little bit better for a short period of time, but then it would go back to what it was before. It took about a week until one day, just out of the blue, I noticed I had no more pain. It was like a gradual process. Now, what I do is every once in a while, maybe every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I need to use the stimulator on myself about 8 or 10 repetitions just to keep the pain down. This is what we're talking to you about. We're not saying that the stimulator is going to completely eradicate all of your aches and pains. Nothing does that. Yet what the stimulator can do, and has done for me, is to help you to be able to live with what aches and pains that you have. It gives you a tremendous amount of relief, to the point for myself, I no longer worry about if I can continue on in chiropractic because of this pain. I now can do anything I like to do. With yourself, when you're using the stimulator on yourself, I want you to keep in mind that oftentimes you'll see instantaneous relief, and yet sometimes you need to use the stimulator repetitiously over a period of time. For instance, let's say your shoulder started bothering you. Here's what you do. All you do is right around the area of pain, you apply the stimulator. Will it go through this sweater and shirt? Yes, it will. It'll go right through it. You can feel it just as if it was on skin. So you don't have to take your clothes off or worry about that. You just apply it to the stimulator right where the pain is, and you just press the little knob, and it shoots the spark of energy right into the shoulder area. And you just go right around that area about 8, 10, 12 times. And then you just leave it alone. Go about your business, you see how you feel. 5 or 10 minutes later, you want to do it again, go ahead and do it again. It won't hurt you. Go ahead. Again, you just apply it to the area of pain. You do it about 8 or 10 times, and you see how you feel. It's so simple. Now, what happens if the pain doesn't go away? It means you have a little bit more of a problem. Is that unusual? No, that's the way life works, isn't it? So, for instance, let's take, for instance, an overweight person goes on a diet. Are they going to be skinny tomorrow? Well, no. But over a period of time, they're going to see changes, just like with the stimulator. Just like with exercising. You can start exercising today, but will you be in shape tomorrow? No. But the more you use it, oftentimes, the better condition, the better shape you're going to be. So what happens with this shoulder? Sometimes with my patients, I'll say to them, you need to use a stimulator over a period of days. We're starting with Monday, say. Use a stimulator every 2 or 3 hours, about 8 or 10 repetitions, maybe for 5 or 6 days in a row, or whatever it takes for you to start seeing relief. You can't use the stimulator too much. So that's how we work it. So on my fingers, I just did it right on the area of joint. I did it on top, on the sides, and on the bottom. That's all I did, about 8 or 10 times. Whenever I thought about it again, I did it again. I only did it about 2 or 3 times a day for 3 or 4 days, and I started seeing changes. I was very happy with that, as you can imagine. So there is no limit to how often or what you need to do. So you need to use a stimulator on yourself because everyone's body is different. So let's say you have other symptoms going into your hand, maybe some tingling. Use a stimulator around your wrist. Very simple. Just go right around the areas of pain. Just take seconds. You can use it anywhere you want to do. It's very effective. It's very effective used correctly.
You can go to the counter and buy anything you want to for pains and that, but some of us can't just take aspirin. Some of us just can't take certain medications or anti-inflammatory drugs because they upset our stomach. This, I can relieve the pain, and I don't have to swallow anything. I don't have to worry about it upsetting my stomach or ruining my dinner or whatever because it's outside my body. I apply it when I want it, and it works.
Craig has been nice enough to help me on this next segment because I have found that when you have another person help you use the stimulator, sometimes it's even more effective. Sometimes it's even a stronger stimulation. So today, right now, I'm going to show you how to use a stimulator with a partner. There are over 20 million confirmed headache sufferers just in the United States alone. So I'm going to start off showing you how to use a stimulator if you have a headache. If you have a headache or sinuses or allergies, we basically use the stimulator in the same way. So what I usually do with the stimulator is, let's say he has a frontal headache and it hurts right across his temple, across the forehead, and even into the sinus areas. That's what we're going to show you. If you have an occipital headache or it hurts in the back of the head along the base of the neckline, I'll show you that in a minute, how to do it. So what I usually do is I put the stimulator on the forehead and just press the stimulator, and you can hear the sound. And then I go down right above on either side of the eye. There's a little notch right there you can feel with your finger. and then I go down to the temple areas on both sides. Right in the cheekbone, to the chin, and back up. How'd that feel?
It's fine.
Did that hurt at all?
No.
No. Most people, when they use a stimulator, don't feel any pain. I've had people tell me that what it feels like is if you take a little rubber band and you let go of it. That's what the stimulator feels like to some people. Now, I have to say that some people don't like the feel of the stimulator. But there are ways I'm going to show you how you can lessen the effects of that so everyone can use a stimulator. Now, why don't you turn your head to your left, and I'm going to show you if you have an occipital headache. What I do is I put the stimulator right back on the baseline of the head, the back of the head, and the neck muscles. With my finger, I put it on the exact opposite side and just press the stimulator about 8 or 10 times. That's all that it takes. Now, what do you do then? You wait. Very simple. You wait and see how you start feeling. Give yourself 5 or 10 minutes. See how much pain has lessened, how much relief you've gotten. If you want to, then you can do it again. If you haven't gotten much relief or you want more relief, do it again. You can do this often without any side effects. Let's say that you don't get results the first time. Does that mean that it doesn't work? No. That means you want to send it back? No. What does it mean? It means that what you want to do is you want to use it more repetitiously over a period of time. Now, also with headaches, what I always do is I always stimulate the web of the fingers between the thumb and the first finger on both hands. And what I do, as you can see, I start putting my one finger, this completes the circuit. You can feel the stimulator go from the contact point right through, because this helps buffer the area of stimulation about 8 or 10 times again, just like that. Can you feel how that goes through right there? Mm-hmm. This is for headaches, this is for sinuses or allergies. After I do that hand, I do this hand the same way. I put the stimulator right between the thumb and the forefinger and my finger on the other side. Now, do you see how only the tip of my finger is touching and only the tip of the stimulator is touching? See how that? I'm not touching like this and my hand is not laying all over it, because if you do that, then you're reducing the effects of the stimulation. So, watch how this. Can you feel that?
It's less.
Quite a bit less, isn't it? Now, one finger, see how much stronger it is? Mm-hmm. That's the way the stimulator works. So when you're working on someone else, you want to be careful how you're actually doing this. You don't want to put and just lay all over the person that you're stimulating, just like this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show how to use a stimulator on lower back pain or pain down the leg. So I'm going to have Mark, if you would, stand up with your back to the camera. Okay, good. Now, with the stimulator, the application will be right in this area, because this is where usually the area is involved when it goes down the leg. So I'm going to get down like this because it's a little bit easier for me to work this way and show you. So what I would do is I would put the stimulator on this area. With my other hand, I would put it on his leg, just like this. And again, just press the applicator about 8 or 10 or 12 times. Now, if I want to get a little fancy here, I can come up his leg while I'm doing it, following the course of the pain. Can you feel that? Mm-hmm. You can feel it all the way up and down. If it's the other leg, we do the same thing, just with the other leg, just like this. And he can feel the stimulator working up and down the leg. It's very, very simple on how to do this. Now, if you would, I'd like for you just to have a seat again, please. There are many, many people that have feet problems. The stimulator works very well with feet problems. And if you would, think of the feet and the hands equally, because we have the digits. So as I'm talking about the feet, it works very similarly with the hands. Now, if a person has a foot problem, what I would do is I would come down and I would stimulate each one of the toes with the stimulator, and with my other hand, I would put it on the ankle, because this is a joint and this is a joint. I would go to the next joint up. So I would here, can you feel that right there with my other finger? Yeah. And you can feel it. And I would just go around just like this and stimulate it. Go right up the foot and the ankle on either side. Very simple. Many people have feet problems. That's why there are specific doctors for feet problems. My grandmother is 96 years old, and she uses a stimulator on her feet and on her calves nightly because of the problems that she has with circulation. And you can see with cramping, I'm just putting the stimulator right on the areas where the cramps would be and getting the general area. And then what happens is the body handles it from there. It's very simple on how to use a stimulator. How did that feel? Felt pretty good, didn't it? Very simple.
Pain pills is what I've been taking for all these years. That's the only thing that give me relief, you know. But it didn't give me total relief, you know. Now this, when I tried the stimulator, why it, well, it's amazing. It's almost hard to believe, you know, that it would do that, but it did do it. It did the trick.
Many people have abdominal problems, pains, and aches. Craig, why don't you stand up, please? We'll show how to use a stimulator on that. Most of the times when a person has abdominal problems, they've already been to the doctor because sometimes it can be very serious. Other times, we don't know what the cause really is. But with the stimulator, we can help give you a lot of relief. Now, where would you apply the stimulator? Wherever you hurt, the area of pain. So let's just say the pain is right here. I would put the stimulator right on the shirt, right on the area, goes right through the skin. With my other hand, I would put it on the middle part of his back to create the circuit. And then I would just stimulate the body about 8 or 10 repetitions. How's that feel? Fine. Fine. Then, again, what you do is you would just see the kind of results that you get. You might want to do it again in a few minutes, or maybe in an hour, or maybe it'll go away totally. Now, stress and tension. People have talked often about how this is very relaxing for them. Using the stimulator on the shoulders from the neck down through gives them a lot of relief, and it takes away a lot of tension. And you know, tension and stress sometimes comes and causes headaches. So what you do is you just put the stimulator on the shoulder and your other finger on the neck, and you just zap it right on the trapezius muscle, and you can feel it go up and down. Or you can do it the opposite way, with the stimulator on the neck and your finger on the muscle. And this is a very soothing, relaxing effect on the body. Pretty good? Mm-hmm. That's great. Appreciate you helping me today.
One fella in particular I worked on, or zapped him, but I didn't work on him. He said, try that on me. So I did. And he had a stiffness in his shoulder like the previous interviewee. And he went to a ball game that night, and all he did was talk about stimulator. He didn't even pay attention to the ball game. He said he felt better than he'd had in years. So the next time he come back to this particular customer, he said, you got that thing with you? I said, yeah, but I'm going to charge you to use it. And so he bought me a coffee. So it worked for him again. So he says, where'd you buy it? So I told him. I said, if you go down there to purchase one, tell him we sent you. So that's the way it works. I use it in the evenings when I'm home after work. I use it on the balls of my feet, around my ankles, knees. And then when I go to bed, I hit the lower back and I sleep like a baby.
As I've worked with the stimulator, it's very obvious to me that soon this product will be worldwide. I believe that every household in America very soon will own a stimulator. It might even go to the point where each individual person in that household will own a stimulator because they'll want to keep it with them all the time. I also sincerely believe that the stimulator can help you lead a more active, productive, and pain-free life. And as you share the stimulator with your family and friends, which I hope you do, and soon I know that your family and friends are going to be calling you doc, or they're going to be asking for you to use a stimulator on them, I would like for you to share with me your testimonials on how the experience of using the stimulator has helped you. I would like to know the kind of results that you've seen with the stimulator. If you have any questions at all about how to use the stimulator, or different applications on using the stimulator, or different problems on using the stimulator, don't hesitate to call me or don't hesitate to write to me. I would like and love to hear from you. In closing, I want to thank you for buying the stimulator. I want to thank you for using the stimulator and for sharing the stimulator. And I hope you have a wonderful, pain-free life.
Basketball is an incredibly physical game. You are smashing into people. You are falling on the ground. You're running on a hard wood surface. Everyone else is as big and as strong and has spent as much time in the weight room as you have. The collisions. I broke my nose 13 times. 11 of them from people's elbows. 2 of them from people's knees. And they even called a foul on me one of those times. Can you believe that? I had my front teeth knocked out 10 separate times. Broken both hands, both wrists. It is a very physical and very rough game. That's the way we like it. Until you get old like me. And that pain just doesn't go away. Thank God for the stimulator.
What makes people all over America break down and cry like this? Call 1-900-9099-CRY and hear it for yourself. $2 for the first minute, 45 cents each additional minute. If you're under 18, ask your parents before you call. 1-900-9099-CRY.
Speaking of... We need plenty of milk. What's the matter? Where do you think milk came from? Come on, I'll show you.
Wow, guys, this is amazing. Look at this place. Haven't we seen this in pictures?
Isn't it great out here?
No. I'd really love to live out here. But I don't know if I'd want to eat grass all day, every day.
You guys, you couldn't. Cows eat tons of grass and grain and stuff. They've got some pretty amazing insides. They've got 4 compartments in their stomach. You've got your rumen, your reticulum for storing food, your omasum, and your abomasum for digesting it later. And that's how food becomes milk.
Nice job.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, those are the baby cows, the calves. Go check them out. We'll be back in an hour when the milk truck comes.
Moo! Moo! Moo!
You know, she might be hungry. Here, go ahead, feed her.
Oh, they're so cute.
You know, in just 2 years, she'll be old enough to be a mother cow and make milk for her baby.
So when does she get to eat, like, real food?
Well, she'll be on solids soon. Before you know it, by the time she's making milk, she'll be chowing down about 40 pounds of feed and hay and about 50 pounds of silage every day. That's like 90 pounds of food.
Hey, what's silage anyway?
Oh, that's just a fancy word for a mixture of corn and grass we keep in silos right over there. Yeah, we like to take good care of all our cows and calves, and for that matter, all the animals we have here on the farm. You know, besides the 90 pounds of food they eat every day, they drink just about a bathtub full of water.
Wow, so how big is this calf going to get?
Well, let's see. A Holstein like this will get to be about 1,400 pounds. Now, if your average kid is about 50 pounds, that's about 28 kids, or an entire classroom. Now, she'll produce about 2,000 gallons of milk a year. That's about 16,000 glasses of milk. If you were to drink 3 full glasses of milk a day, it would take you over 14 years to drink that much milk.
That's a lot of milk.
Now, Colin, we've got to get 4 gallons of milk per cow per milking, twice a day, every day, for 10 months of the year.
10 months?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what happens to the other 2?
Well, we like to give each cow a couple months break before they deliver another baby calf. We got 300 cows out there, so let's get to these milking machines right here. Once the milk is out of the cow, you gotta keep it cold, 40 degrees or lower. And to keep it fresh, we always store it in a clean, sterilized tank like this to keep germs out of the milk. Now, the tanker truck that picks this milk up and takes it to the processing plant is also cold and sterilized. It's like a giant thermos on wheels. Taking a sample of that milk, and I want you to run it down to the lab. They'll run more than a dozen tests on it to be sure that it's safe, pure, and of the finest quality, free of bacteria and contaminants. See you later. They test it. They pump the milk from this tanker truck into the processing plant. Now there they keep it cold and do a lot of things to it before they put it in the cartons. For example, they homogenize and pasteurize the milk.
Pump it, cool it, homogenize and pasteurize. Pump it, cool it, homogenize and pasteurize. Pump it, cool it, homogenize and pasteurize. Pump it, cool it, homogenize and pasteurize.
Hey, wait a minute. What is homogenize and pasteurize?
Oh, I am so glad you asked. Oh, you wouldn't want to drink any spoiled milk now, would you? Allow me to explain. Back in 1856, Louis Pasteur, discovered that you must heat the milk to make it safe. Now today, fancy machines heat the milk up to more than 160 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds to kill all the bad bacteria. Yes, and that keeps the milk from spoiling. I did that, yes. Not bad, huh? Now, as for homogenizing, look, allow me to show you. Now, milk from a cow separates like this. The globules, the droplets of cream rise to the top, and all the rest of those fluids and solids go to the bottom. Now, before homogenizing, if you wanted to drink a glass of milk, you had to stir it up like this, beat, and drink it fast. Today, machines make the cream globules teeny tiny, all the same size, so that they blend together with the rest of the milk. And voila, you have a delicious, smooth glass of milk. Perfection. Not bad, huh?
You know, machines can also separate the milk into parts to make all kinds of foods. They make all kinds of milk you can drink, too. Check it out. Pints, quarts, gallons, buttermilk, and chocolate milk, too.
Do you know how this got here? Do you know where this came from? I know it all. Come on, somebody ask me a question.
For those of you who think you know everything dairy, it's time once again for Make My Milk. And now here's your host, Dan the Dairyman.
Thank you. Welcome to Make My Milk and our first round, concentration. Now, contestants, are you ready to play? Now, remember, you're playing for pints instead of points. The first to fill their gallon wins the game. Ready for question number 1? All right, here we go. The mammal that produces most milk in the world is the dairy cow. Besides the dairy cow, name 3 other milk producers. Colin.
A dog?
Yes.
A cat?
Yes.
And, oh. Yes, Jenna.
A whale?
Yes.
A goat?
Yes, and?
Oh,
almost. All right, Katie, it's all up to you.
a bat? A bat.
Yes.
A yak?
Yes. One more.
A llama.
That's absolutely correct. All right, Katie, you did it. You also could have said bears, kangaroos, pigs, and don't forget, Mom, human beings. All right, speaking of humans, next question. According to the recommended daily allowance, how much milk does a body need? Colin. 2. 3 servings a day. That's right. Yes, Katie.
4.
That's right. Yes, Jenna.
Wait just a minute. Is it 2, 3, or 4?
That's right. Give that girl a pint. It's 2, 3, or 4, since some people need more milk than others, especially kids during their growing years. But right now, let's take a break for what else? Milk. Here you go.
Oh, hello there. Mr. Science here, and today we have another fascinating milk experiment.
Hello, Mr. Science.
Oh, hello there, Jody.
That's Jenna.
Yes, indeed it is. You know, today's experiment is a doozy. I think it's really going to blow your little science socks off, Julie.
That's Jenna.
Jenna, yes. I think we're all set up here. All right, let's bring out the teeth. And we have a lovely ballerina and a wrestler. Now, don't tell me you're the ballerina and you must be the wrestler. We'll have your teeth here. Let's place them right in these beakers. Let's give a big smile for science, huh? Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, we need our next ingredients. We need milk, please. Thank you, Julie.
That's Jenna.
I knew that. Jenna. Yes. All right, here's milk here. And we need soda. Soda here. Nice, Jill. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to watch this and see what happens, all right? Jenna, now get it. Well, it's been a few days, Jessie. Time to look at our teeth.
That's Jenna.
Yes, it is, Jenna. Yes, it is. All right, here's our milk tooth. Take that one. And let's look at our soda tooth. There we go. My goodness.
How'd you do that, Mr. Science?
Oh, it's simple, really. Just read this label.
Fructose, corn syrup, and sucrose?
You know, that's 11 teaspoons of sugar right there. Keep reading.
Caffeine, caramel coloring, and
phosphoric acid.
Phosphoric acid?
Yes.
Hey, if you can't say it, don't eat it.
Well said. Now read this label.
Calcium, protein, riboflavin, vitamin A, vitamin D.
You see, milk is full of great stuff. Oh, my goodness, we're out of time. And I want to show you one other thing, how you can make invisible ink out of milk. Take a piece of paper, take milk with a stylus, and write it right here, like that. Let it dry out, and you place it in front of a light. Invisible ink. Bye now. Say bye, Jill.
That's Jenna.
Jenna,
Jenna, can you say Jenna?
Jenna, I've been saying that all along.
The name of my report is, What's Milk Made Of? Milk is about 87% fluids, 9% milk solids, 4% cream, calcium, and other stuff, which makes milk so much better for you than soda, which has a lot of chemicals in it. Now, the milk solids are the part that dairies can make all kinds of things out of. Ice cream, cheese, yogurt, sour cream. There's cream in milk, too, and when you clump it together, you get butter. But it doesn't clump together so easily because it has a coating of protein around it. That's why you have to churn and churn to make the butter to break down the protein coatings. But get this, the protein coatings are part of what becomes cheese. All that food and nutrition in milk. That's why they call milk the amazing food. Your bones, your skin, and all your cells are really counting on you having the nutrients you get from milk. So the next time you grab for a soda instead of milk, remember, you're cheating yourself out of good skin, healthy hair, strong bones, and nice teeth. I wouldn't kid you. Besides, milk tastes great. Well, how did I do? Thank you.
Let's learn the common breeds of dairy cows, shall we? Ayrshire, Brown Swiss, Guernsey, Jersey, Holstein. What was that? Ayrshire, Brown Swiss, Guernsey, Jersey, Holstein. Oh, what? Holstein, the most popular and the one that produces the most milk. Got it. Where do you find dairy cows?
Alaska, Arizona, Mississippi, California, Arkansas, New Hampshire, Maryland, and North Carolina, Florida, Kentucky, Idaho, Louisiana, Texas, Utah, Maine, Nebraska, and Indiana. Wisconsin, South Carolina, Kansas, North Dakota, Rhode Island, Michigan,
Wyoming, Colorado,
New York, Missouri, Iowa, New Jersey, South Dakota, Oregon, Virginia, and Vermont, Connecticut,
Georgia and Montana,
Minnesota,
Nevada, Alabama,
Oklahoma,
Ohio, Illinois, Hawaii,
West Virginia,
New Mexico and Tennessee,
Massachusetts,
Washington and Delaware,
Pennsylvania.
dairy cows are everywhere. They're here, they're there, they're everywhere.
Welcome to round 2 of Make Mine Milk. It's time for
Wheel of Cheese.
All right, let's spin the wheel, shall we? See what our category is, and it is nutrition. All right, here's your first question. These are some of the nutrients found in milk: calcium, riboflavin, protein, vitamin A, vitamin D, and vitamin E. Get ready now. What are the benefits of vitamin A? Katie.
Good vision, good skin, good hair, good nails.
Good grief, that's correct. All right, Katie. Now, next question. What are the benefits of protein? Yes, Colin.
It builds muscles, builds strong muscles.
That's it. Correct there, Colin. All right. Question number 3. What benefits do we receive from riboflavin? Jenna.
Growth, strong and tall. Growth and energy, it gives you energy.
And you've got the energy. You're correct. All right. Here we go now. Final question. What helps make strong teeth and bones? Yes, Colin.
Vitamin D.
You're right. Yes, Katie.
No way, I thought it was calcium.
You're right. It's vitamin D and calcium. They work together to make healthy, strong bones and teeth. All right. Now, let's spin the wheel again and see what category we have. It is vocabulary. All right. The first word is cud. Yes, Colin.
All right, a cow pigs out and she swallows her food really fast. Then she regurgitates it in a really big time burp. And then she takes all day to eat it back up again. That's called chewing her cud.
That's right!
Ooh, cool, cow chow.
Now, next up, what are milk solids? Yes, Colin.
Milk is 13% solids and 87% fluid.
Well, that is true, but what are milk solids actually? Yes, Katie.
Milk solids are the nutrients. Protein, calcium, lactose, and all the other vitamins. That's why milk is so great. 55 nutrients. That's why milk is so much better for us than soda. What do you think? We grow by magic? Milk solids are great.
Well, maybe milk is magic, and we'll be right back with our fantastic finale, our Fizz-a-Cow Challenge, right after these important messages. Say cheese.
I'm looking hot, I'm feeling good, hanging with my pals in the neighborhood. I work real hard at school each day. Now I have a chance to toss my cares away. I'm on a roll. I'm gonna show I'm a regular human dynamo. Give me milk, not soda. Gotta have my daily quota of calcium, and vitamins, You'll feel better once you learn. Milk gives you the power to burn. Milk is natural, pure energy. I'm feeling strong, I'm stepping out. I have what it takes, there is no doubt. I'll be my best, and when I'm done, there won't be any question who's number one. In every way, and every time you better believe I'm gonna shine. Give me milk, not soda.
Doesn't matter if it's a Holstein or a Jersey herd. The beverage of my choice, I say,
milk is word.
Warm it up, and it'll help you sleep. Or drink it nice and cold and help it vertically.
For stronger teeth and bones, you gotta drink your milk. Or skin is smooth as satin and hair like silk. I'm strutting, I'm showing.
Just what I've got.
The cream always rises to the top. Give me milk, not soda. Gotta have my daily quota of calcium, and vitamins, You'll feel better once you learn. Milk gives you the power to burn. Milk is natural, pure energy.
Welcome back to our final round of Make Mine Milk. And remember, contestants, the first to fill their gallon wins. All right, now, Katie, how many pints are there in a quart?
2 pints are in a quart.
All right, and Colin, how many quarts in a gallon?
It's like quarters in a dollar, so 4 quarts in a gallon.
All right, there are 2 pints in a quart, 4 quarts in a gallon, so there are 2 times 4 equals 8, 8 pints in a gallon. All right, now, Katie, how many pints do you have there?
I have 6 pints or 3 quarts.
That's right, and how many do you need to win?
I need 2 more pints or 1 more quart to win.
All right, good luck to you. Now, Jenna, you and Colin are tied at 3 pints apiece. You need 5 to win, and it so happens our Physical Challenge is worth 5 big pints. All right, you ready to play? All right, come on over. You all know what to do. Let's go! And they're off. Oh, there they are milking their cows. They're filling their buckets. Next, it's off to the cooling station. Okay, that milk's got to be cooled to 38 degrees. Looks like Jenna's a little bit ahead there. And they've got to pasteurize it. Okay, they've got to heat it to 172 degrees for 16 seconds. Jenna still has the lead here. Finally, they've got to fill a gallon carton and then ring the cowbell. They're filling their... Oh, it's anybody's game here. Neck and neck.
Oh, you're still processing here. Jenna, you did it like a pro, processing that milk there. And you both did a great job. Congratulations to you just for playing the game. You did a great job. Thank you. Now, Jenna, are you ready for the race against the clock? Because if you are, and if you win, you'll get this. Bob, tell them what you win.
Dan Jen will be the proud owner of Cooper Valley Farms. 1 million lush green acres with 2 million of the finest dairy cows in the world. That's a lifetime supply of milk for you and 80 million of your closest friends.
Okay, Jenna, you ready for the ultimate dairy dash? All right, let's put 30 seconds on the clock. Get set, go!
She's got to slide down a stick of butter, and there she goes. Oh, there she goes. Okay, she's got to run through the obstacles. That's ice cream, sour cream, butter. Whoops, she looks like she's slipping there. Chocolate pudding, whipped cream, and yogurt. Wouldn't we all slip on that? Okay, now she's through the sour cream and cheese burrito. Ooh, right through the tube. Here she comes out. She's messy now. And then she's got to find the fruit at the bottom of the yogurt. Listen to that.
That's it! That's it! You've won the farm! This is Dan the Dairyman saying, make yours milk for make mine now! All right, congratulations! Oh, whoa! Oh, good job there! You really won the whole thing. Excellent. Are you excited?
I like cheeseburger, fries, and a soda. Soda?
After what we have learned today?
I can't believe I said that. Milk. Make mine milk.
The cream always rises to the top. Give me milk, not soda. Gotta have my daily quota of calcium, and vitamins, You'll feel better once you learn. Milk gives you the power to burn. Milk is natural, pure energy.
Stay tuned for an exciting arts and crafts dairy demo. Then follow along and learn how to be a cow tunist.
Bobby, I don't want you to eat macaroni and cheese on the sofa. You know how it gets in between the cushions. And be ready for our big finale. Oh, hello there, everybody. Lurleen Cheatwood here with some helpful hints how you can rethink, recycle, and reuse your ordinary household containers. And I have a special guest with me. Come on in here, Jenna. Oh, you are darling. Oh, I've loved you so far in this little video thing. Now, I'm going to show you how you can do some things. Let's see, I've got, oh, well, I've got cartons here. That's a little cart. Isn't that cute? You can make that, or a gift carton. Isn't that neat? Like that, or look at this little puppet. Can you make a little noise? Go, do that. Look, see the little googly eyes? You know, you never outgrow your need for googly eyes. Okay, and over here we have, a pencil box that makes a lovely gift set for your parents. And here's a planter. Isn't that great? I have that in my kitchen normally. Now, I can't find one. Oh, I know what it is. It's my craft box. Go over there. Look in there, and you'll see some boxes with, yeah, that's it. I will show you how to make something. And you can make this at home. Now, look at this. I have cut little doors in the side of a milk box. You do that. Open your little doors up. That's it. Now, take a chopstick or a pencil, and you punch a hole here. Push it right through. Can you punch yours through there? Okay, now, not too long. Leave a little space for the bird. See, this is a bird feeder. And then you want to punch a hole at the top and stick a pipe cleaner or a wire, something like that, through there and twist it off like this. Okay, and all we need now is some bird seed. Where's my bird seed? Oh, here it is. Give me that bird seed here. And you put some bird seed inside here like this. And then you just wait for a little Tweety bird to come. You wait for the little Tweety bird, Bobby, to come. Little Tweety bird, here he comes. Look at him. Oh, look at him, Tweety. He just goes right into the bird feeder right there. And look, see, you have a bird feeder. And look, thank you for watching. Bobby, how to recycle, reuse, and rethink your milk containers. Bobby, stop! Bobby! It's your father gets up. Thank you, Jenna. Thank you.
So, Colin, you want to learn to draw a cow?
Not really.
Grab your pencil and that pad and follow along. We're going to start right here with a little circle, and right underneath it, a large oval. That's going to make the cow's head. Now we're going to connect on either side, making a kind of a bell shape with a couple of lines that look like commas. So from about the middle of the top of her head, we're going to come out here and make a nice smiley shape to right underneath her chin. And there you have her body. Now, on the bottom of her body, she's got feet. And we're going to put some lines out here for her legs and some ovals for her feet. And back here, a nice rear foot. And underneath here, her udder. And we'll come back up to her head now and do her eyes right at the top of her head. Now down here at the bottom, we've got her muzzle. We're going to do her nostrils at the top of the muzzle. A couple of ovals with a little comma shape on top of them. Let's give her a nice big smile in here. Kind of a U shape with a comma on either end for where her smile meets her cheeks. Let's give her some big lips because she's a very pretty cow. Oh, she looks nice. Now, let's give her some nice eyelashes to make her pretty as can be. And we got a couple of ears on either side. Big floppy ears. They're kind of shaped like leaves, aren't they? And we'll give her horns, small horns, one on either side of her head, and a pretty bow on top of her head. Oh, we forgot her tail. Stick her tail on back here. All right, grab your black pen. And we'll start with a bow up here. There we go. And let's see what you've got, Colin. Well, oh, that's a wonderful cow. I think you have a great career ahead of you as a cow-tunist.
Hi, I'm Jenny Lee Harrison.
And I'm Eric Estrada.
I never dreamed I'd be doing live theater, but a psychic knew it would happen and told me so on Cabrina's Psychic Answer. America's foremost psychic, Cabrina Kincaid, has created a wonderful service that lets you get psychic advice right over the phone.
Cabrina's the greatest. Years ago, she predicted that I'd get chips. And then just recently, while taping Cabrina's Psychic Answer, She predicted I'd soon be starring in a new series. Well, once again, her prediction came true. I'm now shooting 100 episodes of the Spanish soap opera Dos Mujeres Un Camino, seen throughout the world. She even predicted my Taco Bell commercial. Good going, Cabrina.
My psychics are standing by to talk to you right now. Please call anytime. They really want to help you. Nothing is too personal. Please, call now.
Call Cabrina's Psychic Answer now at 1-900-454-5656. $3.99 per minute, must be 18.
Can you guys camp out tonight?
How to make a video letter, from basic camera work to actual shooting. Operating the JVC compact video movie is simplicity itself. Anyone can use it to shoot really impressive pictures. Everyone likes to have vivid visual memories of their family and to keep them for as long as possible.
That was fun. Did you see yourself? Remember when you were being silly like that?
Of course, it's a pleasure to shoot interesting subjects and scenes, but it's even better to be able to play back one's own movies in the way only video makes possible.
What you doing, Mom?
I'm getting this tape ready to send to your grandmother. This is the one we took last week when we were camping at the river. I think she's really going to enjoy this. It was a lot of fun.
A video movie also makes a wonderful gift for friends and relations. If you send a tape to your grandmother far away, for instance, you can give her all sorts of detailed visual information that can't easily be conveyed in a letter. And any grandmother would be delighted to receive such a tape, wouldn't she?
Hi, Mother. We're at the White River Campground here and having a great time. Wish you
And of course, you'd want to make your video as fun to look at as possible, so she'd know how you really feel about her. Actually, making a video letter is very simple. All you have to do is master a few of the basics of shooting. The basic techniques will make your video letter much more interesting to look at. Let's take a look at some of them. Basic camera work. Let's start with how the camera should be held. Relax your shoulders and make yourself comfortable. Place your eye right up against the viewfinder and hold the camera steady. With your left hand, support the camera so that it doesn't move while you're operating it with your right hand. That's it. Now you're holding the camera steady. When you need to move while holding the camera or shoot a subject which moves unpredictably, keep both your eyes wide open. Stable picture. This way of holding the camera is wrong and will cause the picture to tilt. A tilted picture is unstable and always looks wrong. A useful tip for keeping the camera level is to find vertical and horizontal lines in the shooting field and just follow them. To keep the camera stable, hold it firmly without moving your body, or else try to place it on a level surface. Image size. Another important factor is the size of your images. If part of the face or body is left outside the frame, the result is an unattractive picture. As much as possible, you should try to shoot lively expressions or figures in action and choose an image size which suits that particular subject. Remember not to include unnecessary elements in the picture which might distract the viewer from the main subject. Camera work. Now try moving the camera as you shoot so as to add variety and movement to the scene. Start off by moving the camera sideways. Keep the lower half of your body steady and decide in advance the first and last scenes of your sequence. Okay, now you're ready to start shooting. Don't move the camera too quickly or too slowly, but try to settle on a speed that's comfortable and natural. Starting and stopping are especially important. Try to start slowly and stop slowly. When you start shooting, count for a few seconds before you move the camera. Then when you stop moving the camera, count for a few seconds more before you stop shooting. When panning the camera to follow a moving subject, keep some space in the frame ahead of the subject so that the picture looks natural. The same technique can be applied to vertical and oblique panning as well. The JVC compact video movie can zoom in and out on the subject without your having to change your shooting position. But this zoomed picture looks all wrong, doesn't it? While you're learning, the trick is to compose your zoomed-in picture in the viewfinder first, and then zoom in on the subject afterwards. When you start shooting, zoom slowly at first and then pull up. Now that looks just fine. Remember that what matters most in movie making is to create a true representation of the scene you want to see or show to others. So take care not to blur the zoomed-in subject or zoom in on it too fast. Now that we've gone through the techniques of camera operation, let's turn to explaining how video programs are created. Making a video movie is just the same as writing a letter. First, you have to decide on your subject. Then work out your angles, image sizes, and camera movements. Plus, of course, how long each sequence will be. With these points in mind, let's start shooting.
Today's Jesse's 3rd birthday, and we're having a birthday party for him. Happy birthday to you.
Here's a full frame shot of a birthday party. Making the picture take up the whole frame can convey the atmosphere of a scene at once. To show expression vividly, try a close-up of one of the main characters.
Hey, hello.
Change the image size from time to time and continue shooting at a good, lively tempo.
As you can see, we have lots of Jesse's friends here today to help celebrate his birthday. Jesse's turning 3 today, and he's getting to be such a big boy. We hope that you'll be able to be here with us next year, Granny, to celebrate his birthday. Jesse, let's wave at Granny. Say hi, Granny. Hi, Granny. Say hi. Can you wave?
A family trip is one of those important events that everybody wants to remember.
Okay, here we are in beautiful Asakusa Temple in downtown Tokyo. Oh, it's really great to be here. Oh, Jane, turn around and wave to the camera. Hello. Hi, how are you doing? Oh, they're going to walk down the alleyway of Asakusa Temple here and go sightseeing.
One useful technique is to shoot the family while they're all walking along. A track shot like this is a good way to convey the atmosphere of a scene. But just shooting the family members from the back isn't interesting at all. So make sure you get ahead of them and shoot from the front so as to include their faces. When you see something interesting on an occasion like this, make sure you include it in your movie. This helps the viewer to understand what was exciting about the scene when you play the tape back. It also adds rhythm to the pictures and gives a touch of creativity to your video letter. Today's visit to Asakusa was great fun for all the family. Back at the hotel, they gathered together watching the video. This video camera can be easily connected to a TV for playback. The tape's now ready to be sent off to Granny. Anyone can become a good cameraman by mastering the basic techniques required for operating the camera and learning the knack of knowing what to shoot and how to shoot it. That way you can hold on to vivid memories of important or enjoyable events and occasions wherever and whenever they take place. So now you've got the hang of how to make a video letter that the viewer will really enjoy. Any happy occasion from daily life, a party, a journey. The number of subjects and opportunities is unlimited. And by conveying your feelings and impressions in a video letter, you can really stay close to friends and relations who live far away.